Good afternoon and welcome to the 2021 Maryland Sustainable Growth Awards ceremony. My name is Chuck Boyd. I'm the Director of Planning Coordination at the Maryland Department of Planning, and I'll be emceeing today's ceremony. Thank you for joining us today for our celebration of the 2021 Maryland Sustainable Growth Awards. And without further ado, let me introduce Secretary of Planning Robert McCord.
Thank you all for joining us for the 9th Annual Sustainable Growth Awards ceremony. My name is Rob McCord, and I am the Secretary of the Maryland Department of Planning. I want to welcome all those who are attending virtually to recognize these outstanding people and projects in Maryland. The Growth Awards are the highest level of recognition for well-planned economic and community development and sustainability in the state. The 10 award recipients we recognize today exemplify a commitment to successful and sustainable communities. We recognize their achievements in leadership and service, community planning and development, and preservation conservation. We also have 3 honorable mentions that we will be recognizing. The Department of Planning is excited about continuing the tradition of honoring people and projects in our small towns, our big cities, and our rural areas, and to the projects that demonstrate the creativity and resourcefulness of our communities, and to our commitment towards conservation and preservation of Maryland's natural resources. One of Planning's primary charges is to provide technical assistance to local governments, and the recipients of today's awards are the best examples of what our department wants to highlight in promoting quality development in our existing towns and cities and strengthening our rural economies. Today's award winners exemplify the diversity of Sustainable Growth Award recipients, ranging from 2 outstanding land use and conservation advocates from Southern Maryland, 2 projects in Baltimore City that are empowering Black women home ownership and youth development, a resource center for businesses and entrepreneurs in Southern Maryland, a comprehensive plan that takes on the sustainability challenges of a fast-growing suburban county, rethinking the traditional road design guide for a multimodal environment that promotes safer streets, 2 of Maryland's most successful agricultural land preservation programs and their unique approaches to ensuring Maryland farms thrive, and a multi-year wetland outdoor classroom project that transformed the school turf from a monoculture of grass and weeds into a thriving and largely self-sustaining wetland. As mentioned earlier, this is the 9th annual recognition of Sustainable Growth Awards. The process for this year's awards began back in May of 2021 with a broad outreach effort for nominations in the 3 categories of Growth Awards. The Leadership and Service Award is presented to individuals and organizations for leadership and service that advance the public's appreciation, understanding, and/or involvement in promoting smart growth and sustainable communities at the local, regional, or state level. The Sustainable Community Award is presented to public or private projects that demonstrate outstanding achievement and serve as examples of smart growth that should be emulated throughout the state. The Preservation Conservation Award is presented to individuals and organizations for their accomplishments in protecting or improving farms, forests, natural resources, and the waters of Maryland. A total of 25 nominations were received this year, the largest number of nominations we have ever received. The projects were from all parts of the state, from small towns and rural communities to cities like Baltimore. Both public and private sector projects were nominated. The Planning Department recruited a review committee of professional planners from throughout Maryland to evaluate the nominations and make their recommendations. The review of the nominations occurred in August of 2021. The selection committee consisted of Amy Gowan, Phyllis Grover, Garrett Knapp, Pat Keller, Kathy Mayer, and Rob Robinson. I want to give special thank you to each of them for reviewing all these exceptional nominations and providing their recommendations. As the review committee noted during their deliberations, there were so many outstanding nominations that covered such a broad range of topics, making it extremely difficult to rank one nomination over the other. We sincerely appreciate the review committee's members for giving of their time, their talent, their experience and expertise in furthering the goals of this program. Now, on to the Growth Awards.
Thank you, Secretary McCord. Before going any further, we want to give you a little orientation to the GoToWebinar features that we're using today. If you have a comment on any one of the award winners, you could submit it in the question box at any time. And during the ceremony, I'll try to review those and acknowledge your comments during the event. So feel free to say something then, and along the way, we'll try to acknowledge that. To keep us on schedule, though, we were going to have to limit the number of opportunities for the audience to speak only to the spokesperson for each presentation. So at this point, as Secretary McCord mentioned, we're honored to celebrate the achievements of these award winners and our honorable mention recipients as well. Before proceeding, I do want to acknowledge some of the elected officials that have registered to attend. We have Carroll County Commission President Ed Rosenstein, Rothstein to be here, Gaithersburg Mayor Judd Ashman, and Senator Arthur Ellis. Senator Ellis was very instrumental in nominating several of the awards and they're actually in his particular district. So at this point, we're going to give a chance for Senator Ellis to say a few words. Senator Ellis, if you unmute yourself, you should be able to say a few words.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I just want to thank Secretary McCord, Chuck Boyd, you, Cassandra Malloy, all planning coordinators for going through this process of recognizing folks working hard in Maryland for sustainable growth. You know, we nominated several folks. Being in Charles County, Southern Maryland, I see the work that these great folks are doing. So from Rosa Hans and her work with Sierra Club in Southern Maryland, I was out a couple months ago with her and her family and the team planting trees in Charles County. So thank you so much, Ms. Hans. To Jason Groth, honorable mention, working with us for transportation solutions in Southern Maryland. Thank you so much, sir. Congratulations to you on your award. And ended up with J.C. Parks Elementary School, a school community working together, gardening, sustainable environment. Just congratulations to J.C. Parks. And again, Maryland Department of Planning, thank you for all you do in helping Maryland to be so much a better place for all of us to live.
Thank you very much, Senator Ellis. We appreciate those kind words, and we appreciate you and others nominating these great awards that we're having the opportunity to recognize today. I do want to, before I introduce each one of these award winners, I want to let you know that we do have the opportunity for the folks to unmute themselves at the end. But I also do want to let you know that if you have any problems regarding the actual hearing of the videos, please click on the icon so that you can hear the videos. So without further ado, let's get started with our first award winner. Greg Bowen with the Leadership and Service Award.
Greg Bowen still lives on the Calvert County farm where he grew up. Bowen's dedication to his home and his community, the practice of planning, and to land preservation in Southern Maryland and throughout the state defines a 40-year-plus career that continues not far from where it started. The issues faced today are not much different, but still relevant to his job as president of the Calvert County Young Farmers, a position that the Calvert County Commissioners appointed him to in 1976 as part of a committee to study land preservation. That work resulted in the state's first Transfer of Development Rights, or TDR program, which was signed into law in 1977. The next year, Bowen joined the Calvert County Department of Planning and Zoning, where he would supervise the county's land preservation efforts for the next quarter century. Bowen became an integral member of the planning team that worked with county commissioners to address issues of growth and development that intensified in Calvert County during the 1970s. The county had begun to grow in population just as agriculture, forestry, and seafood industries began to wane. Bowen helped to lead local efforts to adopt a town center concept, implement the state's land preservation program to complement the local one, and to study the need for local growth management tools. By the early 1990s, Calvert was the fastest growing county in the state, and Bowen worked with the commissioners to control the impacts of residential growth by adopting mandatory residential lot clustering, creating environmental protection areas, and purchasing and retiring development rights. These efforts were successful. By the mid-1990s, Calvert County had one of the top land preservation programs in the country. In 2011, Bowen left county government and formed Land Stewardship Solutions, LLC. Through his firm, he began working with the Southern Maryland Agricultural Development Commission, which dispersed tobacco buyout funds to help tobacco farmers convert to other crops and further land preservation throughout the region through grants and training programs. These efforts also succeeded. Farms began to diversify, and popular farmers markets sprung up not only in Calvert County, but in La Plata, North Beach, and throughout Anne Arundel County. Several successful wineries were established throughout southern Maryland, and other agribusinesses began to flourish. Bowen helped to establish a Maryland Land Link program to help farmers find land to farm, and he also helped to establish a mentor match program for beginning farmers. Later, Bowen was appointed to the Maryland Sustainable Growth Commission, where he applied his expertise statewide on several planning-related work groups. He also co-authored papers on the future of sustainable agriculture and forestry. Finally, in 2015, Bowen took on the role of the executive director of the American Chestnut Land Trust, the first community-based land trust in Maryland. He has helped the organization continue its efforts to preserve and manage 2 watersheds. Working with the Maryland Environmental Trust and the newly formed Southern Maryland Conservation Alliance, this work has been the capstone to a career as one of Maryland's foremost advocates, planners, and implementers of land preservation. For these and many other efforts, the Maryland Department of Planning congratulates Greg Bowen for winning a 2021 Sustainable Growth Award in the Leadership category.
I'm delighted to be nominated for and to receive this recognition. For me, much of my success has been serendipitous due to the work and ideas of others, such as Bernie Fowler, who pushed for land preservation program in the county and put me on the committee to look into options. To Rundy Vogt, who introduced the idea of transferable development rights. To farmers like John Prouty, Y.D. Hance, Eddie Allen, Dickie Horseman, and many others who embraced the idea of transferable development rights. To Delegate Tom Reimer, who took me under his wing and shepherded the legislation through to bill signing. To county staff and commissioners who supported the land preservation program over the decades. Also, my gratitude goes to the Board of Directors of the American Chestnut Land Trust, who hired me for my dream job, and to staff and volunteers who make miracles happen regularly. Finally, as a nation, we have now a better understanding of the ecosystem value and importance of saving rural lands. It will be a key to addressing climate change as we go into the future. I am thrilled to have had the chance to see an idea form, to help imagine how it would work, and then to work with many others to turn it into success over my lifetime.
Thank you very much. Greg, I'm going to unmute you if you want to say a few more words, please. Thank you. Again, congratulations.
Okay, if you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
A few words about Senator Bernie Fowler, who just passed this week. And I find that he really inspired me and others to do a lot more. And the state of Maryland is indebted to his work for so many decades to protect the Chesapeake Bay and to protect the Patuxent River. And so on this week, he's on the top of my mind. And also, I want to thank the Maryland Department of Planning and the person who nominated me for this position, for this recognition. So grateful.
Thank you, Greg. Again, congratulations. And we too have heavy hearts with the passage of Senator Fowler. So again, thank you very much. I do want to acknowledge that also that St. Mary's County Commissioner Eric Colvin has joined us today as well. So I apologize for missing him earlier today. If there are folks having problems hearing the videos, you may, if you have to go out and come back in or click on the icon to hear, apologize if there's any technical difficulty with regard to that. For our next Growth Award for Leadership and Service is for Rosa Hentz.
Rosa Hentz has become a tireless advocate for sustainable land use, development, equity, and environmental justice in Southern Maryland and beyond. Born on Long Island, New York, Hentz relocated to St. Mary's County after she and her husband Ben graduated from the University of Maryland at College Park. While he grew up in Southern Maryland, she quickly found that the region shared a pride and care for its land and waterways that she experienced growing up. In 2016, Hentz joined the local Sierra Club, eager to become more involved in her community and make an impact on a nonpartisan platform. When she found out that the county chapter wasn't represented on the organization's executive committee, she created a social media presence for the group and launched a monthly update for not only St. Mary's County, but Calvert and Charles counties as well. As the group's online outreach coordinator, she wrote several letters to the editor of the local newspaper and organized a petition drive, canvassing local businesses. She took on several roles in the organization before being elected unanimously as the youngest female chapter chair in Maryland Sierra Club history. Her organizational involvement and leadership are matched by her words. Hentz has spoken before the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency in support of wastewater effluent limitations and at public hearings to support strict wastewater permits for local coal-fired generating stations. Rosa has spoken to county planning and zoning boards and boards of county commissioners in support of public health and environmental sustainability. She also spreads awareness by organizing friends, neighbors, colleagues, and the public to participate in public meetings and get involved in local programs and advocacy efforts. She designed and led a series of 35 family-friendly walks, dubbed Weekly Wanders, in county parks through Southern Maryland to demonstrate the value of green space and identify locations where the tree canopy could be improved. Information gathered during these walks was used in a local Sierra Club program that has already planted more than 200 trees, with a goal of 1,000 trees by 2026. Hentz worked with the St. Mary's County branch of the NAACP to advocate for a county-wide air monitoring network. Through the Breathe Well St. Mary's initiative launched in early 2021, outdoor air quality sensors measure particulate matter, ozone, nitrogen dioxide, and other elements that may contribute to poor air quality and respiratory illnesses. Indoor air quality sensors and air purifiers will be used to promote occupational health in first responder facilities and at county libraries. Members of the St. Mary's County Sierra Club assisted with the installation of the sensors, helping to provide a valuable health and safety service to residents most at risk by providing the public with real-time hyper-local air quality data. The network will be one of the most comprehensive in the country. Rosa advocates that a truly sustainable community is one that is inclusive, equitable, and just. She is leading outreach programs to Maryland's Spanish-speaking population and established the Sierra Club Maryland chapter's Growing for Change task force to address issues of equity and inclusion. She also helped to launch a grant program supporting projects that connect environmental sustainability to social and economic equity. For these and many other efforts, the Maryland Department of Planning congratulates Rosa Hentz for winning a 2021 Sustainable Growth Award in the Leadership category.
Thank you so much to the Maryland Department of Planning for the honor of receiving this award and for this beautiful video recognition ceremony. It is particularly an honor to receive an award from the Maryland Department of Planning because of the 12 visions, and they truly encompass what it means to live and thrive in a healthy and sustainable community. It was an honor to be nominated for this award by Senator Arthur Ellis, and an honor still to have you join us for the planting of the 300th tree in Bensville Park in Charles County earlier this year. A huge shout out and thank you to my husband, Ben, who did all of the heavy lifting, both literally and figuratively, as a true partner in everything that we do. And it's been wonderful to watch our visions come into life. A big thank you to all of the Maryland Sierra Club staff and volunteers for amazing support and ally in our work together, and for partners and organizations that we collaborate with. With partners like the NAACP and the Maryland Campaign for Environmental Human Rights, it's a joy and a pleasure to advocate for an amendment to the state constitution to ensure and guarantee that all Marylanders enjoy the right to a healthful environment. I dedicate this award to my children, Emmy and Luke, that they may grow up in a world that is vibrant, green, and sustainable long into their futures.
Thank you so much. And Rosa, we have unmuted you. And if you want to say a few more words, congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's a true honor to be recognized alongside leaders like Greg Bowen and everyone who's about to be recognized. I'm really proud of everyone on our team and proud of all of you. It's very comforting to know that there are so many people out there with a vision of Maryland and of our world in general that is sustainable and collaborative and moving towards a world where we can all thrive. We can't change the world we inherited, but we can change the one that we leave for our children. So I'll just close by also thanking my mom and dad, who are always supportive and my biggest cheerleaders my whole life. So thank you, Maryland Department of Planning, for the honor of this award, and to everyone out there.
Thank you again, Rosa, and congratulations. Our next award in the Sustainable Communities category is for Black Women Build Baltimore.
Founded in 2017 by Shelley Halstead, Black Women Build Baltimore is a home ownership and wealth building initiative that provides training programs in carpentry, electrical, and plumbing to help African American women rehabilitate and acquire homes in the neighborhoods of West Baltimore. With investments of their time and talents, participants in the program get the opportunity to purchase homes at reduced rates through local financial lenders that partner with the program. Focused on the Druid Heights and Upton neighborhoods of West Baltimore, the historic home to African American icons such as Thurgood Marshall, Elijah Cummings, Cab Calloway, and Juanita Mitchell, Black Women Build provides a path to home ownership to women who might otherwise not be able to own a home. The program demonstrates an innovative strategy for community development that can work throughout Maryland and the United States by empowering Black women and others to become homeowners and build intergenerational wealth. Since the program began, 5 women have acquired their homes by participating in the program, including 3 homes trainees completed in December 2020. Each year, the program selects 6 women to participate. The women work together as a team to renovate vacant homes over 16 weeks, learning trade-related skills such as carpentry, electrical work, and plumbing. They are led by Shelley Halstead, who worked in the construction industry for several years before establishing the program. Although the trainees do not end the program with a license in a trade, many have gained skills they can apply in highly paid, skilled trade work. This can be a life-changing opportunity, as research shows that African American women lag behind other groups in every category of wealth accumulation in the United States. Black Women Build Baltimore also teaches financial and home ownership literacy skills to ensure sustained home ownership. A key to the program's success is its active public outreach effort, Through social media, news stories, and public presentations, the program has established strong partnerships with the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, the Baltimore City Department of Housing and Community Development, Neighborhood Housing Services, the Robert W. Deutsch Foundation, Hilti, and the Baltimore Women's Giving Circle. Given these successes and the potential of the program, the Maryland Department of Planning extends its congratulations to Black Women Build Baltimore for winning a 2021 Sustainable Growth Award in the Sustainable Communities category.
Today we have for Black Women Build Baltimore, Tanika Garibaldi. And Tanika, if you unmute yourself, you'll be able to say a few words.
Thank you. I'd like to say thank you. Shelley is not able to be here today, but as you see in the photos, what we're working with and the results, Shelley is a very skilled craftswoman and believes that this city is worth saving. And it's her dedication that we are able to do this. And she has a very clear vision, and it's just been really great to work alongside of her, and we appreciate being recognized for the work.
Oh, thank you very much, Tanika. And again, it was an honor to provide you this recognition. Our next award is in the sustainable community is for Image Center. Thank you very much, and that's the next one.
Citywide Youth Development was established in 2010 to provide Baltimore youth with opportunities to learn entrepreneurial skills. After years of effort and support from partners and funders, entrepreneurs making and growing enterprises, known as the Image Center, opened in February 2021 in one of the most impoverished areas of Baltimore City. Rashid Aziz, the founder and director of Citywide Youth Development, arrived in Baltimore eager to provide opportunities for youth by establishing businesses to employ them and creating a mechanism to spur entrepreneurship. He soon created Frozen Dessert Sorbet to sell frozen treats from carts at busy locations throughout the city, and Made in Be More Clothing to design and manufacture activewear for children and adults. In 2017, Citywide Youth Development partnered with Under Armour and Plank Industries to set up a manufacturing facility at Port Covington. But Aziz found that many of the people who would benefit most from the opportunity found the location inaccessible, so he decided to find another location in West Baltimore. In 2019, the organization partnered with the Druid Heights Community Development Corporation to renovate a vacant warehouse on North Avenue. The 10,000 square foot facility is now home to Frozen Dessert Sorbet and Made in Be More Clothing, and serves as the headquarters for Citywide Youth Development. The facility also houses a small retail business incubator that can host up to a dozen new enterprises. At least 2 businesses have already set up shop: Be Original Kids, another clothing manufacturer, and Pamper Yourself Baltimore, a women's boutique featuring locally manufactured jewelry, bath and body products, leisure apparel, and accessories. The Druid Heights CDC and Citywide Youth Development secured a $200,000 grant from the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development's Baltimore Regional Neighborhood Initiative to acquire and renovate the warehouse. The grant also funded new mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems, a new roof, installation of cutting, sewing, pressing, and printing machines, and the installation of a commercial kitchen to produce the sorbet. Citywide Youth Development expects to train and employ between 75 and 100 people in the industrial apparel manufacturing program. Meanwhile, the frozen sorbet operation has created more than 100 job opportunities for Baltimore youth in the spring and summer. In addition to the manufacturing facility, the Image Center also has a public mall space. Located in one of the most impoverished areas of Baltimore City, the project demonstrates how grassroots engagement, vocational training, and public-private partnerships can achieve success. The Maryland Department of Planning extends its congratulations to the Image Center for winning a 2021 Sustainable Growth Award in the Sustainable Communities category.
Good afternoon. My name is Rashid Aziz, and I'm the Executive Director of Citywide Youth Development. On behalf of the Citywide Youth Development Team, I would like to thank the State of Maryland Department of Planning for this Sustainable Growth Award for Sustainable Communities. The Image Center is the headquarters for Citywide Youth Development. The Image Center aligns with the goals of providing solutions for crime and poverty through utilizing the tools of manufacturing and entrepreneurial skill. Image. What we wanted to do with this center was change the image of Baltimore City, specifically the urban inner city Baltimore. That acronym, IMAGE, stands for Entrepreneurs Making and Growing Enterprises. Again, that acronym of IMAGE means Entrepreneurs Making and Growing Enterprises. This center is a 10,000 square foot economic development center in the heart of West Baltimore that will provide underserved communities with various opportunities, including employment, workforce development, training and apparel manufacturing, retail opportunities for entrepreneurs via our 4 retail pop-ups that exist in the center. Frozen Desert Cafe is the only indoor-outdoor dining option in West Baltimore. This incredible institution wouldn't have been possible without support of Governor Hogan, Lieutenant Governor Rutherford, Senator Hayes, Able Foundation, France Merrick Foundation, T. Rowe Price Foundation, the Goldsecker Foundation, and the Weller Foundation. Thanks again for this incredible honor.
Thank you, Rashid. I've unmuted you if you want to unmute yourself and say a few words. Again, congratulations.
Thanks again, team, and the Department of Planning, Secretary McCord, Mr. Boyd, for this incredible work that you've been doing. I appreciate receiving this honor. It's great learning about so many terrific programs that are helping change the lives of a lot of citizens in the state of Maryland. I'm truly honored to receive this award. My team is definitely honored to achieve this award. And it lets me know that we have a lot of work to do. We guys are going in the right direction. And it's much appreciated to be recognized for hard work. Thanks again.
Thank you again, Rashid. I meant to mention this earlier for folks. If you want to put down a little memorial, there's a handout that on the GoToWebinar drop down you have. It has the program for today's event, so you feel free to download that for a listing of all of our award recipients. So thank you again, and we'll now go on to our next award for Plan 2040, Anne Arundel County's General Development Plan.
As one of the state's most populous and fastest growing counties, Anne Arundel County has been at the forefront of managing growth in Maryland by focusing on quality of life in its many desirable neighborhoods. However, as the land available for traditional suburban subdivisions has decreased, the county has shifted its focus to redevelopment and revitalization. This needed paradigm change prompted the Anne Arundel County's Office of Planning and Zoning to prepare Plan 2040, the General Development Plan for Anne Arundel County. Plan 2040 focuses on enhancing neighborhoods, protecting the environment, promoting redevelopment and revitalization, and investing in infrastructure to support development. In addition to the traditional collaboration with county agencies, Plan 2040 was guided by a 23-member Citizens Advisory Committee that worked with county staff to identify concerns and develop goals, policies, and strategies that form the body of Plan 2040. Through the 3-year process, Anne Arundel County's Planning Office hosted more than 55 meetings with community groups. Public engagement was integrated into each step of the process. When the COVID-19 pandemic curtailed in-person meetings, staff created online tools to share information with the public and receive feedback, including its first ever online open house in the summer of 2020. Plan 2040's focus on making development in Anne Arundel County smarter, greener, and more equitable emerged in response to community and environmental concerns. Key policies include promoting development around transit facilities, focusing economic and community development in older commercial areas in need of revitalization, and increasing investment in public transit. The plan also includes environmental policies that promote protecting and restoring forests, streams, and shorelines, reducing carbon emissions, and increasing resilience to sea level rise and climate change. Plan 2040 takes an equity in all policies approach, weaving equity considerations throughout the plan. Plan 2040 provides Anne Arundel County with a broad policy framework for growth and development, but also establishes a cyclical, comprehensive planning process of regional plans. The county also included an implementation section that identifies a time frame, responsible department, and a performance measure for each goal, policy, and strategy in the plan. Recognizing these important efforts, the Maryland Department of Planning extends its congratulations to the Anne Arundel County Office of Planning and Zoning for Plan 2040, the General Development Plan for Anne Arundel County, for winning a 2021 Sustainable Growth Award in the Sustainable Community category.
I'm Anne Arundel County Executive Stuart Pittman, and I want to thank the Maryland Department of Planning for recognizing the quality of our Plan 2040, the General Development Plan that we just passed this year in Anne Arundel County. Winning the Sustainable Growth Award is a huge honor, and our team led by Steve Ziegler, our Office of Plan and Zoning, did amazing work. And it was not just them who did the work, it was our whole community. And I just want to stress how important the community engagement work was in this process. We're in a county where land use really is very divisive. There's always somebody for and somebody against. And figuring out how to move forward and protect open space in our county while doing smart growth and transit-oriented development and the kinds of growth that people can support in their communities is really the challenge that all of you face in your work. And I feel that we got it right, and it's giving us a path forward so that we can do the kinds of development that we all support, and we can protect the open space that we want to protect. So thank you so much for all the work that you do. I believe that planning is one of the most important functions of government. You get the most heat, and every once in a while you get some thanks. And so I'm saying thanks for this award.
Great, thank you very much. We have Lori Rhodes from Anne Arundel County.
Thank you. My name is Lori Rhodes. I'm the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Land Use. I want to thank Secretary McCord and Chuck Boyd of the Maryland Department of Planning for recognizing Anne Arundel County's Office of Planning and Zoning with this award. Plan 2040 lays out a policy framework that works together to shape a future in Anne Arundel County that is going to be greener, smarter, and equitable for our residents. I appreciate the leadership and support that the Planning Director Steve Ziegler and Deputy Director Christina Pompa has provided to the staff. Most importantly, I want to thank the Long Range Planning Administrator, Cindy Carrier, and her team for the countless hours that went into developing this award-winning plan. Congratulations, you are so deserving of this award, and thank you for helping to make Anne Arundel County the best place for all.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And our next Sustainable Community Award goes to the College of Southern Maryland for the Velocity Center.
The town of Indian Head and the Naval Support Facility Indian Head have had a long history of collaboration. Established in 1890, the Naval Support Facility predates the incorporation of the town in 1920. But both have worked together to make Charles County thrive. Unfortunately, the town has struggled to remain competitive in the region's economy, given its proximity to other major urban centers, and employers at the naval base have had similar difficulties retaining their workforce. Recognizing these challenges, local, state, and federal partners collaborated with a developer to create the Velocity Center as an off-base collaboration space for the Naval Support Facility that also serves as a regional education center, research site, and technology incubator. The Velocity Center has been designed as a place for innovation and collaboration among the College of Southern Maryland, the Navy, and the community. Its purpose is to promote professional development for Navy scientists and engineers, to enhance the retention of talent, to provide opportunities for entrepreneurship and experimentation, to recruit young talent, and to build goodwill among the community outside its gate. Planning began in 2015, and by 2018, a 6-acre vacant retail site was acquired along Indian Head Highway just outside the naval facility. A 13,000 square foot warehouse was planned for conversion into a specialized meeting and events space. The center's flexible design provides dedicated space for Navy research, ideation, and design, and supports learning workshops and seminars, vendor showcases, and individual projects. Shared office space can be rented by the day or the week. The center also has a maker space that is open to the community and offers workforce and professional development courses. The College of Southern Maryland's Entrepreneur and Innovation Institute operates the Velocity Center, which opened in 2020. Total project costs were $2.2 million, with significant state, local, and federal support, including a Housing and Community Development Strategic Demolition Grant and support from the Commerce Maryland Innovation Initiative, Rural Maryland Council's Rural Prosperity Investment Fund, the Naval Academy, Charles County, and the state of Maryland. The Maryland Department of Planning extends its congratulations to the College of Southern Maryland's Velocity Center for winning a 2021 Sustainable Growth Award in the Sustainable Communities category.
Okay, thank you very much. And we are, Dr. Murphy is going to be saying a few words.
Thank you very much. The College of Southern Maryland is honored to receive this award, and my thanks go to Secretary McCord and in particular to Charlotte Davis of the Rural Maryland Council for this nomination. The collaboration among all our partners has allowed the CSM Velocity Center to have a broad and far-reaching community impact. In particular, the Velocity Center is a catalyst for economic development in Indian Head. It's a professional development center for the scientists and engineers at the Naval Surface Warfare Center, and it's a very important vehicle for supporting STEM programming and outreach for the local community. We are honored and we thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Really appreciate that. And our next award recipient in the Sustainable Communities category is Montgomery County for the Planning Department for the Complete Street Design Guide.
In Montgomery County, county roads are classified under the county code and maintained by the Montgomery County Department of Transportation as part of the Master Plan of Highways and Transitways. As road design practices have changed, and with the adoption of the Montgomery County Vision Zero Action Plan and Bicycle Master Plan, officials recognize that the county's existing procedures were inadequate to respond to its evolving needs. More than half of serious and fatal traffic crashes in Montgomery County occur on arterial roads. People walking and biking make up a little less than half of fatalities, but only a fraction of total trips. Hispanic and African American residents have a higher traffic fatality rate, about a third higher than that of white residents. Recognizing that roadway design standards are one factor leading to these outcomes, the Montgomery County Department of Transportation and the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Montgomery County Planning Department, teamed up to rethink the county's approach to the fundamentals of road design. In 1931, MNC PPC developed one of the nation's first countywide roadway classification systems, designating roads based on their use and function. While ahead of its time and consistent with systems used at the state and national levels, this traditional autocentric system became increasingly difficult to apply as the county developed. In response, the county began making incremental changes to its code to include new design practices, including context-sensitive design standards in 2008, urban area design standards in 2014, and a complete streets policy. Trying to fit these elements into what is essentially a 1930s-era road plan proved extremely challenging. However, to address these issues, the Montgomery County Planning Department and the Montgomery County DOT determined that a new street classification system based on Complete Streets principles was needed. The Complete Streets Design Guide, completed in 2021, has the potential to transform how Montgomery County plans for and implements road improvements. Complete streets are roadways that are designed and operated to provide safe, accessible, and healthy travel for all users of the roadway system, including pedestrians, bicyclists, transit riders, and motorists. On a complete street, it is intuitive and safe to cross the street, walk to shops, and bicycle to school. The design guide emphasizes a safety-first approach to roadway design. considering the context and the needs of users in street design decisions, emphasizing safe access to transit, and by standardizing lower-speed, multimodal roadway designs for projects in all neighborhoods. The project also set a precedent for successful collaboration between the agencies responsible for planning, designing, and maintaining county roads. It also represents the first project jointly managed and funded by Montgomery County and the Montgomery County DOT. Upon approval of code changes by the Montgomery County Council, both agencies will use these street types for road design, development review, and in the development of master plans. The Maryland Department of Planning extends its congratulations to the Montgomery County Complete Streets Design Guide for winning a 2021 Sustainable Growth Award in the Sustainable Communities category.
Hello, I'm Gwen Wright. I'm the planning director here in Montgomery County, and I'm very pleased to be here. We're extremely excited to win a 2021 Maryland Sustainable Growth Award for Sustainable Communities from the Maryland Department of Planning. It has been a pleasure to work on this collaborative project developed jointly by the Montgomery County Planning Department and the Montgomery County Department of Transportation. We started this effort in 2019 with the goals of developing a document that fully incorporates a complete streets design philosophy into our planning and design structures on a county-wide level, and developing new roadway classifications with an emphasis on Vision Zero principles and a commitment to equity.
Hi, I'm Steve Aldrich with the Countywide Planning and Policy Division for Montgomery Planning, and I'm also the co-lead project manager for this study. The Montgomery County Complete Streets Design Guide required a complete rethinking of how we classify and design our county roads, and initially it required many long hours from MCDOT and planning staff working together. From the planning side, it was critical that this guide reflect many of our recent and ongoing master plan efforts, including our ongoing update to our general plan, Thrive Montgomery 2050, our 2018 bicycle master plan, and our now in progress pedestrian master plan. The project resulted in a one-stop guide to developing right-of-way improvements for county streets, including the vehicular elements, green street infrastructure, and active transportation. The project included contributions from numerous individuals throughout our two agencies, as well as contributions from our Department of Permitting Services and the efforts of two consulting firms. This effort was the largest joint effort ever undertaken by our two agencies, and we believe this has been an incredible success.
Hi, I'm Andrew Bossi with the Montgomery County Department of Transportation, also a co-project lead on this Complete Streets Design Guide, and thank you again for having us here today. In addition to the street classifications and the priority-based approach to defining both cross-sections and rights-of-way, this guide strongly pushes for slower speeds through the establishment of target speeds, which we use at the master planning, design, and operational stages. It also opens the door to a more proactive application of traffic calming features to achieve those target speeds through self-enforcing design. Non-auto users are centered in many of these efforts, including standardizing driveways and alleys to be at grade with sidewalks, that is, designing continuous and level sidewalk area, and also establishing maximum distances between protected crossings so that non-auto users have a safe option available to them as they cross the street. Each street type also has default bikeways defined that apply in the absence of any master plan facilities.
Hi, I'm Chris Conklin, the Director of the Montgomery County Department of Transportation. We're now working on incorporating this guide into our county code to ensure enforceability and consistency with other county laws. We view this guide as a living document, and we are excited about how much it accomplishes in this first version and how it upholds the ongoing vision for a safer and more sustainable county. From both our agencies and Montgomery County, thank you again for this award.
Great, thank you so much. We have Jason Sartori from Montgomery County Planning to say a few final words. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you, Chuck. As Chuck mentioned, I'm Jason Sartori. I'm the chief of the Countywide Planning and Policy Division at the Montgomery County Planning Department. And on behalf of our Planning Commission, Planning Director Gwen Wright, and our partners on this project, we would once again like to thank Secretary McCord and the rest of our friends at the Maryland Department of Planning for this outstanding honor and award. Our Complete Streets Design Guide effort, as you saw in the video, was a great example of interagency collaboration. And so we are really proud here at the County Planning Department to share this honor with our partners at the Department of Transportation. In particular, I want to acknowledge the exceptional leadership of our project managers, Stephen Aldrich and David Ansbacher from Planning, and Andrew Bossy and Dan Sheridan from Transportation. I also want to acknowledge the leadership and contributions of Planning's Deputy Director, Robert Cronenberg, and Transportation Director Chris Conklin, as well as the many other people who worked on the project, including Aaliyah Anderson and our consultant teams from Chul Design Group and RK&K. This guide sets an innovative standard for designing streets of all types and in all contexts that are safe and accessible for all roadway users, including pedestrians, bicyclists, transit riders, and motorists. And we are eager to begin implementing the standards in the guide as we continue to push our county toward a more sustainable and equitable future. So thank you again for this award.
Thank you again, Jason. And the Department of Planning appreciates your guide, and we think it'll be a useful tool working with our other partners throughout the state and using this as a best practice. So again, thank you very much. Our next set of award winners are in the category of preservation conservation. And our first in this category is Carroll County's Agricultural Land Preservation Program.
In metropolitan areas across America, development is replacing agricultural land. When farmers see their neighbors selling land to developers, they can conclude that agriculture as a local way of life is waning. To protect agriculture and remain rural in the face of development pressure, local governments often need to enact an array of easement acquisition programs and planning and zoning tools. Political will backed by public support is also needed. For almost 50 years, Carroll County has worked hard to keep land in cultivation. Its agricultural land preservation program is highly successful and ranked among the best local programs in the nation. In 1973, Carroll County's first comprehensive plan included a goal for preserving farmland. 5 years later, the county created an agricultural zoning district containing about 2/3 of land in Carroll County. Agriculture and agribusiness were established as the preferred uses in the agricultural zone. Residential development within the new district was restricted to one lot for the first 6 to 20 acres, then one lot or portion for 20 acres, plus 3 conveyances from the original parcel. Carroll County also has 2 rural legacy areas. The county complements these state programs with its own well-financed purchase of development rights program. The county program offers 2 payment options, a lump sum at settlement, or an installment purchase option that features tax-free interest payments over 20 years. The creation of the installment purchase option increased landowner interest in the county's land preservation program. The county program tailors its easements to protect conservation values on each individual farm. Easement language is added to create 50-foot stream buffers on properties with streams and to require landowners to work with the Soil Conservation District to prepare total resource management plans for their properties. Through these efforts, Carroll County has preserved more land through the state's Farmland Preservation Program than any other county in Maryland. The county has achieved 75% of its goal to permanently preserve 100,000 acres countywide. In addition to conserving high-quality soils for agricultural production, the county is protecting wildlife habitat, improving air quality, mitigating downstream flooding, maintaining lower tax rates for property owners, and improving water quality in local rivers and the Chesapeake Bay. By preserving farmland, Carroll County also protects its economy. According to the 2017 U.S. Census of Agriculture, the most recent year available, Carroll County sold more than $110 million in farm products, more than $72 million in livestock, poultry, and their products, and almost $38 million in crops, including greenhouse and horticultural products. Recognizing this success, the Maryland Department of Planning extends its congratulations to the Carroll County Agricultural Land Preservation Program for winning a 2021 Sustainable Growth Award in the Preservation Conservation category.
Hi, I'm Ed Rothstein, Carroll County Commission. Carroll County is very proud of our agricultural land preservation program, and I'm pleased to accept the 2021 Maryland Sustainable Growth Award for preservation and conservation from the Maryland Department of Planning, honoring this program. Operating since 1980, Carroll County's agricultural land preservation effort is the most successful in the state of Maryland, preserving more farms and more acres through the purchase of land preservation easements than any other jurisdiction in Maryland. In fact, this program also ranks among the top 5 similar programs administered across the country from local governments. In fall of 2020, Carroll's nationally renowned land preservation effort reached the important milestone of 75,000 acres permanently preserved. This is 3/4 of the way to our long-established goal of preserving at least 100,000 acres to secure a successful future for Carroll's farm community. Once again, I'm humbled and I'm very proud to accept this award on behalf of Carroll County government and the many people who contributed to the success of this program. We also send the biggest thank you to all the farm owners who participated in the program. You are ultimately the people who make the program work and are responsible for the beautiful landscape that will forever exist in Carroll County. Thank you.
Wonderful. We now have Chris Hine. You can unmute yourself and say a few words if you want to.
Yes, great, thank you. Yes, again, this is Chris Hine. I'm the director of the Carroll County Department of Land and Resource Management. I want to thank the Maryland Department of Planning for recognizing our agricultural preservation program. This award highlights the work that was initiated almost 50 years ago to preserve what's really our most important industry in Carroll County. This voluntary initiative to protect our agricultural resources from the pressure of urbanization has been supported by over $240 million in investment over the life of the program. We're thrilled to have hit that 75,000 acre milestone last year, and we look forward to achieving our program goal of 100,000 acres over the next decade or so. I want to thank our county commissioners for continued support of the program and also recognize our agricultural preservation staff. That's J.P. Smith, Jackie Prattoon, and Donna Black. They're doing an amazing job managing this important program. So again, thank you to the Maryland Department of Planning. We are very appreciative of this award and the recognition.
Yes, congratulations again to Carroll County. Thank you again. Our next award is for the preservation conservation efforts of Frederick County's Agricultural Innovation Grant.
To sustain farming as well as farmland, Frederick County in 2021 created the Agricultural Innovation Grant Program. Farmers who receive grants can expand their businesses, create value-added products, and diversify their revenue streams. The program spurs job creation and investment in the county and provides local food to Frederick County residents. The $306,000 in funding for the first year came from an increase in the recordation tax and general county funds. 14 Frederick County farms received grants that added 11 full-time and 17 part-time jobs. Moocow Creamery, an 8th-generation dairy farm, makes butter and cheese. With the funds they received, Moocow acquired a commercial refrigerated van, enabling the creamery to sell products directly to consumers. 2 farms added irrigation systems to support vegetable production. Moon Valley Farm grows organic vegetables and herbs on 12 of its 25 acres, and the Chestnut Hill Farm and Market used its grant to enable the 6th generation of the family to return to the 300-acre farm full-time, in part by transitioning a part of the operation to growing vegetables and selling produce at farmers markets. 3 Frederick County craft beverage producers received agriculture innovation grants, including Heritage Hill Hops, Willow Oaks Craft Cider, and Libertas Estate Vineyard. Other recipients included Valley Homemade and Homegrown, Needwood Farms, and the Rights of Man Farm, which transitioned in 2019 from selling meats and organic vegetables through an on-farm retail market to selling wholesale. The wholesale market proved challenging during the pandemic, so the family diversified by using their grant to plant 1,200 Christmas trees and purchase a transplanter and irrigation system. Frey Farm Produce has raised mostly crops and beef. In 2018, they modified their beef operation to sell by the cut and started growing sweet corn to sell off of a wagon. Now, thanks to the Agricultural Innovation Grant, they can store and display farm products in a storefront. Still Point Farm produces sheep, lamb, wool, hay, produce, hops, and beer. A new farm stand allows them to increase the sale of meat, wool products, produce, and other value-added agricultural products from their farm. Catoctin Mountain Orchard is a fourth-generation family-owned farm. Known for their orchard and retail farm market, the family saw a need to diversify. They are using grant funds to purchase a food trailer to sell apple dumplings, pie by the slice, and other baked goods. The Inskeep family's 100-acre farm raises beef, cattle, hogs, and crops. The family applied for grant funds to purchase a hog nursery to increase production by about 60%. Their future goals include selling pork off of the farm from hogs raised on their property. Finally, the Kombucha Lady, a successful brewer in Thurmont, used the grants to build an on-farm processing center that will allow her to add 2 full-time positions and 3 part-time positions. For the success of the program and the support of these businesses, the Maryland Department of Planning extends its congratulations to Frederick County's Agriculture Innovation Grant Program for winning a 2021 Sustainable Growth Award in the Preservation Conservation category.
Agriculture is one of the oldest industries in Frederick County, and it's a major part of our rich history. Our farmers proudly produce food and fiber for our region. We lead the state with 1,300 farms and over 180,000 acres of farmland. One of my priorities is to ensure that we leave a legacy of agriculture for future generations. That means we have to preserve our best and most productive farmland, and we have to make sure that agriculture remains economically viable. I asked industry leaders in our community what the county could do to help. They told me they needed to add value and diversify their existing operations. With the support of the County Council, we advanced a new initiative for agriculture innovation grants. These grants allow individual farmers to pursue their own innovations, ideas, and goals for diversifying their farm operations. The initial 2 rounds of innovation grant awards has helped to launch dozens of new projects. Funds are being used to open farm markets, process kombucha and mead, design a new cooling system for greenhouses, and purchase equipment for no-till regenerative farming, to name just a few of the projects. Farmers are excited, and recipients have told me the grants were life-changing. The Agriculture Innovation Grants are doing exactly what we had hoped. For a relatively small investment, Frederick County's agriculture industry is expected to create 37 full-time and 42 part-time jobs, and allow our farmers to set their own course for a bright future. On behalf of Frederick County, I want to thank the Maryland Department of Planning for this award. We are proud to help preserve Maryland's farmland.
Great. Thank you very much. County Executive Jan Gardner may want to say a few words. Thank you, County Executive Gardner.
Preservation programs. But at the time we decided to accelerate our ag preservation program, we also recognized that we needed to make sure that we not only preserved the land, but that we kept our agricultural community and our farmers economically viable. So the Ag Innovation Grant program has been very successful. We've now had 2 rounds of grants and put out about $500,000 into our community for diversification and for new ideas among our farmers. And we're really happy to be able to support the long-term economic viability of agriculture in our community. I do want to acknowledge Katie Stevens, who's our Director of Agriculture Business Development in Frederick County, who manages this grant program. We're very proud of its success, and we thank you for the recognition of this program.
Thank you very much, Executive Gardner. We appreciate that, and thank you very much. Our final preservation conservation is for CJ Parks Elementary School.
Charles County students have proven that you don't need to be an adult to help restore a watershed. The Po Monkey School Stream is one of the healthiest tributaries of the Chesapeake Bay, but was threatened by stormwater runoff from the J.C. Parks Elementary School near Indian Head in western Charles County. Since 2011, students and their mentors at the school have transformed the school's turf to treat runoff, enhance the environment, and serve as an outdoor classroom. Initially, the Bay-wise Master Gardeners from Charles County Extension Office assisted a team of students and staff to find places on school grounds that could be improved for wildlife habitat, erosion control, and restoration. Assisted by a landscape architect, the team gathered input from students, staff, parents, and community groups through charrettes and presentations. More than 100 individuals and groups provided input. Students and their mentors transformed a monoculture of grass and weeds into a self-sustaining wetland. The project rechanneled water from the impervious surfaces of the adjacent middle school system into a wetland. This water, along with all the water that drains from the school, settles into the wetland before entering the Po Monkey. The wetland area includes 2 rain gardens, 2 meadows, 2 forested areas, and several areas with shrubs. More than 4,250 native plants were added to these areas to allow the water to slow down and infiltrate on its course to the wetland. In the fall of 2014, the school completed an arboretum in front of the school with more than 250 native trees and plants. Students used the grounds at the J.C. Parks Elementary School for hands-on outdoor learning. As students read about seeds or frogs, for example, they go outside to find, compare, and collect different examples of seeds, including those of the marsh hibiscus, the black-eyed Susan, and the swamp milkweed. They also observed frogs and tadpoles in their native habitat. J.C. Parks School also serves as the educational center for the community. The grounds are used by the Nanjamoy Environmental Center for field trips for county teachers, and the wetlands are used by the Bay-wise Master Gardeners. The school is also home to a community garden. More than 750 students have worked in it, harvesting, tasting, preparing, and donating the produce. Donations of produce and prepared salad were made to the local food bank and the weekly meal program in Charles County. The Maryland Department of Planning extends its congratulations to J.P. Parks Elementary School, connecting to our watershed, restoring the J.C. Parks Elementary School Grounds project for winning a 2021 Sustainable Growth Award in the Preservation Conservation category.
Welcome everyone to J.C. Parks Elementary School. I am Greg Miller, principal of the school, and on behalf of the school, the students, and the school community, I am so excited for us to have achieved this award for Maryland's sustainable growth. I would like to thank Senator Arthur Ellis' office, specifically Autumn Grant in her office, which helped to coordinate this award with us. Mr. Boyd from the Maryland Department of Planning for meeting with us and putting it all together. Mrs. Wheeler, our wonderful science resource teacher, who is always thinking of ways to promote civic education in the sciences with our children. And that's where it really needs to start with. Our youngest students have to have as a way of life, thinking about their world as a sustainable place and trying to eliminate practices that are unsustainable throughout their life and in their community. So on behalf of all of us here at J.C. Parks Elementary, I am excited to have earned this award, and on behalf of all the community, I thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Deanna Wheeler, and I'm the science teacher. I'm going to show you around our beautiful school grounds. Behind me are murals. They connect our school to the world around us. We first enter the Chesapeake Bay, then we go to the upland forest, and around the corner, we show our connections to the polar regions. On the other side of the front, we have our Arboretum, made up of only native plants. As you can see, it's winter, so it's not as green and flowering as in the summer and spring. Here is another view of our Arboretum. As you can tell, we create wonderful outdoor spaces for learning. And you can see we are still adding to the Arboretum as we speak. In the distance, you can see benches that an Eagle Scout just completed for their project. Here we are approaching the wetland area behind the big bushes, and then you're going to see some upland rain gardens, and some forest areas and meadows. All this was created about 10 years ago, and we continue planting nowadays with the help of 2 grants, one from Rhodes and one from the Chesapeake Bay Trust. We were able to plant 5,000 plants. That means the students, along with the help of 13 different organizations, which included nonprofits and government agencies. At JC Parks, we embrace the word stewardship. We hope that we are making the world a better place for everyone, our land and our water. Thank you for the award. We appreciate all the support, and we'll continue to work hard to make it a better place for all.
Here are a couple of our 10,000 reusable bags that we're giving out to the community. Yay! Thank you, Senator Ellis and Marilyn Wright.
That was awesome. That was awesome. At this point, I'm going to unmute Greg Miller, principal, if he wants to say a few words.
Great, thank you very much. On behalf of the entire JC Parks community, I am honored to accept this award. A special thank out to Senator Ellis. You can see his contributions to our Southern Maryland area are just outstanding. Also, his staff are helping with the nomination process and getting us through that. A very special thank out to Mrs. Wheeler. You can see that from 2011, Mrs. Wheeler has put her imprint on all of the sustainable projects and environmental projects that we have done. She is just an absolute treasure to our school and to Southern Maryland community with all the ways that she is showing students how they can be and use best sustainable practices. And she has made an impression on many, many children. Some now are in college and on with what she has done with stewardship of our environment. Big shout out to my students who are, some of them are watching right now. Yay, Mustang Nation. They're watching in their classrooms because you are also part of making this award be something very special for our school. And again, on behalf of the entire community, I thank you for this award.
Thank you, Principal Miller. I actually have unmuted Ms. Wheeler if she wants to say a few words. It was a wonderful video, and the kids are just awesome. You may not be ready to unmute yourself, and that's okay too. All right. Well, we're gonna move forward. Again, congratulations to JC Parks Elementary. Wonderful project, and it's encouraging to see that our earth is in good hands with folks that coming out of JC Parks Elementary. So thank you again. At this point, we're going to go into our honorable mention awards, and our first one is for Jason Groth. He's been a champion of planning and growth management throughout his career. He has an extensive career that has made a lasting and positive impact on the staff of Charles County Department of Planning and Growth Management while improving customer experience and citizens and business communities. So at this point, I'm going to unmute Jason and see if he has anything to say. Again, congratulations, Jason.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Great, thank you. Well, first of all, this was quite a surprise to receive this honorable mention. So thank you so much to Senator Ellis and the Maryland Department of Planning. And we really greatly appreciate it. To be honest, one of the items that Senator Ellis and our team have worked very close on is the Southern Maryland Rapid Transit Project. And it is near and dear to my heart, his heart, and several others. The project itself really centers around smart growth and the 12 visions. Most notably, I just wanted to say that this project is so important to us because it does promote smart growth in our region through promoting transit-oriented development and walkable communities. It's marrying up transportation and land use as well as housing, economic development, and many other pillars. And ultimately, it's going to get us to sustainability and a greater quality of life. I really want to give a shout out to our our partners in Prince George's County who also work with us on this project. Together with their leadership, we're seeing things happen, and most notably the efforts of Senator Ellis and Delegate Deborah Davis this year, who passed a bill in the legislature to enable us to get funding for the project pending a federal match, which we're well on the way with the infrastructure bill passing and so on. So with that, I turn it back to you all, but I want to say thanks so much to everyone.
Well, Jason, again, well-deserved. Congratulations, and keep up the good work. We know that planning is a never-ending process and moving forward. And so, again, congratulations, and look forward to seeing your next project. Our next award for honorable mention is for the Gaithersburg Discovery Park. This is a 15-acre parkland that features 5 walking trails, 5 picnic structures, 2 playgrounds, a secret butterfly garden, 4 squash courts, and Gaithersburg's, I'll never get this, first gigapit, which is a form of dodgeball. About 3 acres of the property was developed to support health of the protected sensitive areas on the property, including forest conservation easements related to stream valley buffers and wetlands. Discovery Park project exemplifies the power of partnership between businesses, residents, and the city for sustainable growth. Prior to 2013, 6.5 of the acres of the 14.95 acre property was owned by MedImmune, now AstraZeneca, and the land was gifted to the city to become part of the park. And we have Mayor Judd Ashman on, and I want to invite him to say a few words. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are very grateful for the honor and delighted to have this lovely new park project recognized in such a way. The park was designed to have minimal negative impact and maximum benefits. And one thing that really stands out when you visit the park is the permeable paver surface, which is obviously meant to mitigate stormwater, but it's also really actually fun and nice to walk on. The park is more than just a park designed for to be eco-friendly. It creates a space for education and understanding of the ecosystem in an otherwise urban area. So we're really proud of it, and again, very grateful for this recognition.
Well deserved, and again, congratulations. It's a wonderful park. Thank you very much. Our final honorable mention is to a student award for University of Maryland Studio Project. It's Values Division. It's an alternative future for Columbia. Is a product of the fall 2020 Master of Community Planning Studio course at the University of Maryland. Was a comprehensive look at an alternative futures for Columbia Newtown, itself an icon for smart growth planning in Maryland. The plan evaluates the impact of 4 future scenarios on outcomes such as quality of life, racial equity, Columbia, Maryland's unique identity as a diverse town. We have with us today Lily Murin, and I'm going to unmute her and see if she has anything to say. And again, congratulations.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
All right. My name's Lily Murnin. I'm a recent graduate of the Master of Community Planning program at University of Maryland, and one of the students who worked on this project last fall. And on behalf of all my colleagues, we're really honored to receive this award alongside all these other amazing people and work today. We're really grateful to have been able to work with one of the oldest planned communities in the country right here in Maryland, and get a chance to explore how scenario planning can be a useful tool to advance Maryland's 12 planning visions at the local level, and also in the context of increasingly uncertain futures with climate change and many other challenges. We had a lot of support from smart folks at Howard County and across the state and the country, being able to take advantage of working online. And I want to thank all of those folks. And I also want to thank Uri Avon for guiding the ship as our instructor. And I want to specifically thank a few Maryland Department of Planning staff who helped us last fall. Valdis Lazdens for his feedback as we were knee-deep in the project, and also Joe Griffiths, Kristen Humphrey, Chuck Boyd, and everyone else who helped make these awards possible. So thank you again, and we're really honored to accept this award.
Lily, congratulations to you and your team. I saw Ori Aben is on the ceremony here. I'm going to unmute him if he wants to say a few words. You can unmute yourself.
Hey, Chuck, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, well, so I really hadn't planned to. I wanted to keep things brief. So I think Lily covered the ground very substantially. So the interesting aspect of this project in a way was it was done concurrent with the update of the Columbia Association's own visioning plan, as well as the update of the Howard County Comprehensive Plan itself. So we benefited from a very substantial interaction with planners in different dimensions, which enriched the process tremendously. And that was an unusual aspect of the whole effort. So we hope that the work we produced, timing-wise, will have beneficial influence on the future of Columbia's own planning, as well as Howard County's planning as it evolves. So again, it was a great experience, and we appreciate all the help from the Department of Planning itself, as Lily mentioned. So thanks again.
Thank you, Ori. I just wanted to get a chance. Ori was a previous Groth Award recipient, and I wanted to acknowledge the great work of the University of Maryland, and they often will partner with us. And their PALS program is an outstanding program. If the local jurisdictions are interested in teaming up with University of Maryland's PALS program, I encourage you to consider that. They are, again, an outstanding program to participate in. And at this point, we will have a final words from Secretary McCord.
Thank you for joining the Maryland Department of Planning in recognizing the worthy efforts of each of these thoughtful award recipients. I hope that you are inspired by these award winners and remain motivated to improve upon the many ways that we can continue sustainable growth in Maryland. We will be posting these videos on the Groth Awards webpage. I encourage you to share the stories of these award winners with others. Please continue to monitor the activities of the Planning Department through our web pages and consider subscribing to our Planning Practice Monthly newsletter. We will begin planning for the 2022 Groth Awards in early 2022. Please be looking for an announcement in the coming months. Have a great day, enjoy your holiday season, and thanks again for your contributions to a better future for our great state.